Well, good evening, everyone, and thanks for being with us on our Monday evening community call. We are just getting started here, and I am your host this evening, Robin Blank Muscari in Bozeman, Montana, and I love welcoming everyone. We get together every week to give updates, share news, celebrate people, and tonight we're going to celebrate the newest member of the Lifewave family, X49, and then we'll go through the newsletter. And we have lots of people that are going to be sharing tonight. So this is very exciting. So what we thought we'd start out with and doing is having people share stories of what you've noticed since you started using X49. So just a little reminder on compliance. Remember that we only talk symptoms. It's easiest if you say what it was like before, what you did, by using X49, and then now what you can do. So if you keep it like that, you're going to be sure to be compliant. And I'm just going to go from the top of the list because we have so many wonderful hands up, and I'm excited to hear from you guys. So I'm going to click allow to talk. So you should be able to speak. We're going to start out with Susan Elizabeth Carabello. And Susan, you need to unmute your line, and then you should be able to talk. So Susan, you get to be first. Good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
Great it's delightful to be here.
Great.
Yes, I would like to say that I had been very metabolically challenged. I started X39 on October 5th, and just to say that in the first 2 months, from October until the first week in December, I lost 7 pounds. And the reason I think that's important to look at is that when I added X49 in on December 30th, in the next 2.5 weeks, I lost 8.6 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Right? So it turbocharged. Then when I weighed myself in February, Robin, I was up to a 13-pound loss. And as of my last weigh-in, I was at a 20-pound weight loss.
Oh my gosh.
The X49, there's no question that the first 2 months on X39 alone, it was 7 pounds, and then 13 more pounds when I added on the X49, not to mention extra energy. I'm thrilled.
That's so fabulous. So we want everyone to know everyone's results are different. We don't guarantee anything, but boy, do we love hearing that, Susan. That's wonderful.
You.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, next, we'd like to go to Jerry. And you should be allowed to talk. So Jerry, you want to unmute your line? There you go.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm great, glad to have you.
Wonderful. My story, it's really simple. I began wearing the X49 about the end of January, beginning of February, and I wear it in conjunction with my X39. But I noticed about 3 weeks in that a few of my coworkers were mentioning that I had lost weight, or I looked like I had lost weight, which I thought was funny because the month previous I had tried on the jeans that were a smaller size, and there was no way in heck I was going to be wearing those to work. When you lay down on your bed and you're struggling with that zipper, no, that wasn't going to happen. So as I said, about 3 weeks into wearing that, I decided I would try those pants on again. And I kid you not, I got into those pants standing and zipped them right up. I thought, what the heck? Now, I don't know if I lost any weight because I refuse to get on a scale because I'm one of those that cry when I see the weight on the scale. So I just said, oh my gosh, this is great. My body's changing. And I had no idea. But other people had to tell me. And that's when I started to take that step. So now I wear a smaller pant.
Well, isn't that wonderful? And some people don't know about the lying on the bed thing. Some of us do though. And what is happening is increased muscle density, which is burning more fat. Your weight may not change, but your size is, and isn't that exciting? Oh my gosh, Sherry, thank you so much for sharing. That's wonderful. Okay, and we're going to move down to, let's see, we have Karen O'Neill. I think you're next. And okay, you want to unmute your line?
I think I did. Well, basically, I've never worked out and used weights or anything ever. And last year when I broke my shoulder, it made me very aware of how actually terribly weak I was. And I decided I wanted to start working out. And so I've barely just started, not too long ago, but I started with 5-pound weights, one in each hand, doing curls. And literally, I like to get up in the morning and do it first thing, you know, like every other day. And literally, if I forget to put on my X39 and X49, because I wear them together, it's way harder for me. And when I first started, honestly, you guys, 9 or 10, I felt like my muscles were just giving away. And while I was in Mexico, I did this. It was kind of fun out on the patio, looking out at the bay. So it was kind of fun. And yes, I'm bragging. Anyway, I started doing it, and I literally got up to 165 bicep curls. And I can't really do them all if I don't have the X49 on.
Interesting.
So that's pretty much all I'm going to say. I'll give you upkeep. You know, I'm really not where I need to be yet. I need to learn other kinds of things to do. I'm just beginning, but I will give you updates.
Well, that, you know, strength is such a big difference. And one of the things that touched my heart so much is, you know, if, as an athlete, to have increased strength and stamina is great. But when people get older and they get limited because of their muscle density and they can't even carry a bag of groceries. And I heard a story about an elderly woman that got her muscle density back. That is huge. It is really huge. We forget and we take so much for granted, don't we? Oh.
Yes, and Robin, could I interject something there?
Yes, please.
One of the reasons that I'm so passionate about doing it is because my daughter was taking care of me, and I realized if anything happened to me in the future and I got worse, what a burden I would be with any kind of accident to anybody. And it made me really passionate about wanting to get strong. And then X49 came along. Oh my gosh, it was like an answer to prayer.
You asked for it.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Karen. That was beautiful. Okay, we have John next. John Bishop, you should be able to unmute your line, John, and share.
Hey, thanks, Robin.
Great to have you, John. Let us hear what's up with you.
Okay, well, it's the second webinar. I was on the 8 a.m. Pacific time one this morning. That was great. I gave him a little testimony about my back testimony. But unlike Susan, with the X49, I've been using it since about the second week of January. And you said everybody's different. So I actually gained. So let me explain. I gained hair. Okay. So I'm going to be 64. My hair is kind of thinning quite a bit. I use a really good shampoos. I'm really careful, but you know, I just expect, okay, it's gonna start going south. And I started using that, and almost within 2 weeks, I felt something. My hair felt thicker or something, and my wife started to notice, and she said, "Your hair looks different." And it's just then the next few weeks even more. And not only on the top of my head, but my beard and everything like started to grow out. It was really interesting. So I just, you know, it's kind of shocking because most of the friends I know, you know, so a lot of my friends don't even have any hair anymore. So I was thinking, well, I kind of like to keep this stuff on my head as long as I can. And it not only feels like it's just like the bald spot that was like kind of in the little bit behind the center of my head. My wife said it's fully filled in now. And
oh my
then
God.
The other thing is that it's thicker, you know, because I have really thin hair, and I can feel it, and it says it's almost like this is not my hair, it's somebody else's hair. So I hope I won't turn into a total caveman here, but you know, at least I know something's working.
Oh, that's so wonderful, John. Thank you. That's great. Love it. Love it. We want to hear these stories because we want other people to hear what's going on too. Okay. Next we have Janet. You want to unmute your line, hun? Great.
Yes. Hi, good evening, everybody, and thank you very much, Robin. I'm Janet Kiefer from Austin, Texas. David introduced this product in November at the convention. I started it November 17th. I took body measurements. I used my body composition scale and measured muscle, water, weight, fat, all that stuff, and wore the patch for 4 weeks along with X39. December 17th, I said, well, it's the day of reckoning. And if you'd asked me, I probably would have said, I don't know. I don't know if it did anything. But I said, okay, get on the scale, measure. And then I was shocked. I dropped 10 inches. I dropped 3 pounds. I dropped 3.3% body fat. So let's pull that apart. After 50, we typically lose 3% muscle mass. So from 50 to 60, you've lost 30%. So I lost weight with no muscle loss. I've now doubled my workout weights, which has astounded me. But fat loss is coming from the muscle. So David's right. This is building muscle, lean muscle. It's burning fat, and it's a performance tool. So I would really recommend you. I know some of the stories coming up. There's some really fun stories, but I don't think we do a service if we call this a weight loss tool. It's not. This is a metabolic tool that's helping us all, one, get healthier, but stronger, burning the fat that gosh knows most Americans need to. And I just think David's brilliant. And I just can't say enough about this product. I'm now working with trainers and fitness clubs on it.
Oh my gosh. Aren't you smart? And Janet, she set a bar that I would love everyone to pay attention to. She got really good baseline before she started. And if you started already, that's okay. Still get a baseline and notice that she got her weight, she got her measurements, she got her water weight, her muscle density, her BMI, all those important things, because this is your story. And your story is what's going to sell. And she's now reaching out to athletic clubs. Well, aren't you a smart one, my dear? Thank you for modeling for the rest of us. That's fabulous. Okay, moving on to Robin Hoffman.
Hi, thank you so much. Okay. So
thank you. I'm excited to hear.
So before I started the X39, I was doing 12 crunches in 30 seconds in high intensity training, or HIT. Once I started the X39, in the first 6 hours, I went from 12 to 16 crunches in 30 seconds. When I started the X49, on the second day of the X49, I went to 22 crunches in 30 seconds. And then on the third day on the X49, along with the X39, I did 25 crunches in 30 seconds. And that's where I've kept it and maintained it. And I'm almost 60. So this is a big for me. Yeah. So it's been awesome.
Oh, this is so, I am so loving hearing these stories. Robin, you little workout animal, you, I love it. In 30 seconds, you do all those crunches. That is fabulous. Okay, thank you so much, Robin. So now we're going to Jana. Jana, unmute your line.
Hi.
Hi there.
Well, I'm going to tell a little different story. I haven't done a lot of measurements or anything like that, but I have to say that I have a feeling of an inner core strength, and I'm not even necessarily speaking about muscles. It's just an inner strength and within myself. I can hear it in my voice, and I can see how even what I do is much more focused and much more, I just do everything in a stronger way. And it's just, I don't remember feeling like this. I know I have in my life, but I don't remember feeling like this before.
Whoa. So it's this qualitative feeling. I remember when you first got it and you felt like your body was humming and oming.
Yes, yes. It's kind of like an om patch, I often say.
That's beautiful. So it's so wonderful to hear all these different experiences that will raise everyone's awareness to just pay attention to the little things, because lots is going on. Thank you, Jana. That was beautiful. I love all these variety here. Okay, so now we're into Barbara Larrabee. You're on.
Okay, thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
These stories have all been so good, and I have kind of little parts of all of them. I liked what Susan Carabello said in the beginning about being metabolically resistant, because I've had that issue pretty much all my life with my weight and my fitness, up and down, and it's always been a struggle. And so my story is that I started right after it was introduced. I started the X49 and I was already using X39. And so I started on November 19th, and I did actually go to a facility local here in the Dallas area where they can do that testing. You know that image that David showed us where the man's arms were out? Okay, so that very same machine, I was able to take fat readings and really good comprehensive readings with that, but I haven't been back with that yet to get current results. So I'm anxious to do that. But in the meantime, I have been taking my measurements and weighing myself. And what happened in my first month, that was obviously Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I was eating very, very generously. Let's just put it that way. And what was a miracle to me was that I did not gain any weight during that first month, and I lost 7 inches. So I know it was just crazy. I couldn't believe it when I went to measure. And then in the second month, I was still eating a little bit too many carbs, but I did start exercising a little bit more, just some general exercising and walking. It wasn't any kind of strength. And in the second month, I lost 5 pounds and 9 more inches. And I know. And then this last period has been about 5 weeks, and I've lost 2 more inches, 3 more inches and 2 more pounds. And so in 3.5 months, it's a total for me of 19 inches and 7 pounds. And I have not yet put in that factor of weight training and actually trying to build muscle. And so to me, this is miraculous. I mean, it's slower than I want, but I also am not putting the effort into it. And I'm just totally amazed and totally pleased. And then to go back to your last caller, I think it was Jonna, I also felt the very first day I put X49 on, like my whole body was humming and like it was lubricated. I could move differently. And so that was just something that was very interesting. And I can tell the difference when I have it on and when I don't.
That is fabulous. That sounds like a new wardrobe for you, Barbara.
I hope so.
Sell more patches. There we go.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Okay, Kathy has your hand up and you should be able to talk now, Kathy, if you want to unmute your line.
Oh, okay. Do I hit this or what? I don't know.
We got you. We got you. We can hear you
Okay,
loud
great.
and clear. Yes.
Okay, so I was sharing with my mentor of an experience that I've had recently. I was diagnosed with something which boils down to my bones are getting weaker, and I didn't like that idea. So I did find a facility where they have machines designed for that, where you're applying a certain amount of pressure equivalent to weights. And the last couple of weeks that I went, I had heard that you could stack the X39 and the X49. So I did. And both times I've kind of maxed out on all 4 machines from what I was doing before, which is jumping from the equivalent of lifting 2.5 times my body weight to 3.5 times my body weight. And I found that really exciting because the only thing that's different is that I've taken the X49 and X39.
That's beautiful, Kathy. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, these stories are amazing. So I hope you guys were taking notes because there's a lot of things that are happening. And really pay attention to the little things, whether it's strength, stamina, inches, how your clothes are fitting, looking at your hair. I mean, it's a bone density, very, very important, especially as we age. We have got something very special here that's enhancing the quality of people's lives, which is what David's all about. So I want to thank you all for contributing to this wonderful call and helping all of us hear these amazing stories. So these are your stories to share with people. And this is what's going to make the difference for people. You know, when you lose all those inches, when you've got more hair, I mean, color of hair, we're hearing all kinds of things. So I know that when many of you know that I do Pilates regularly, like a lot, and I really love it. And it's quite strenuous. And I was doing a harder class than I usually do. I was doing things that I couldn't believe I was doing, and in inverted postures and all kinds of things. And these were hard things. And there's a difference when it's hard and you go, ooh, versus, because you've got the strength. And so we're all getting stronger, which is very, very exciting. So keep those stories coming, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us tonight and sharing. And we're going to be collecting more as we go along, but I think this is a great place to start, everyone. So I want to move into the rest of our call. And notice that we added the Monday morning chat, because that's on Mondays and we didn't have it in the newsletter. And oh my gosh, I think that's the favorite call of the week. If you're not going to that call, we do call it the Monday Morning Miracle Call. And we have Michelle Neal and Karen O'Neill as our hosts, and they do a beautiful job. It's where people share their stories. We only talk product. People ask questions. It's a wonderful time to be with the community. So please join us on Monday mornings. And remember that everything's available in our Live Younger YouTube channel, liveyoungeryoutube.com, and you click on playlists. If you want to just get inspired, just click on playlists and listen to Monday mornings when you're folding your laundry, and you will be amazed at the kind of things that happen. So, and I just want to give an update for those that are in Thailand still. And there for a while, they are getting things going. And it's, you know, starting something new is a big deal. And they are very strategic about what they're up to. And there's a new flyer in Thai and English that you can share with people. And also you can share the lwthailand.info. And that will be something that you can share with your prospects, because it's got the 5-minute English introduction, and then it has the 20-minute presentation in both Thai and English on there. So they're constantly updating things, because, you know, compliance is different in different countries, and they can't say stem cells over there. So they had to make some changes. But it's all up to date and compliant. Tomorrow night on our introduction to LifeWave and X39, we have Dr. Barbara Jennings, and everybody loves Dr. Barbara because we all learned so much from her, and it's such a gift. So this is a great place to invite your prospects and your guests, because we do this wonderful short introduction to the company, the technology, and David Schmidt, and then we do a little brief interview with the doctors, and then we open things up for stories and questions. So that's tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on Live Younger Zoom. And then this week, there is a LifeWave Connect. David will be on this week. Notice that when you go in the back office to register, it only shows 11 a.m. Pacific, but it is available at 6 p.m. also. I did report that to corporate. They are getting that updated, but know that you have options of 11 or 6 if you want to watch live. Or you can go to the LifeWave Business Builders Facebook page. If either of those times don't work for you and you don't want to wait a week until it comes out, you can watch it at your convenience on the LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group. And if you're not a member, you want to become a member. So go to that and get yourself included and invite your teammates. As Emily does, she has her book club. She's doing Brene Brown's book right now. She gives a lot of great information. So lots goes on. I check there regularly, and you might want to too. Okay, Thursday, we have our business chat. That's every Thursday morning. We have one of our leaders do a piece on, something of sharing their wisdom about the business, and then we open up for Q&A. So that is Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific. And this Friday on 30 Minutes of Wisdom, some of you know this guy, Steve Behrman, who has an alter ego named Swami Beyondananda. And we're in interesting times here, and he's going to talk about the great upwising of being resilient in these interesting times that we're in, and be prepared to have your funny bone tickled. If anyone knows Swami Beyondananda, why don't you write in the chat, because a lot of people Steve, and he's pretty wonderful. The liveyoungersuccess.com website is continuing to get upgraded, refined. Your input is appreciated. So know that is the place to go for training. I am getting more and more used to it because I knew nitty gritty really well. And now I'm getting to know liveyoungersuccess.com really well. It's beautiful. It's very well organized. And, you click that getting started button for someone that's new and it gets them on their way. And we've just got a wonderful system in our community. So now we have time for the spin. So let's see if I can get this going for all of us. And the spin. So the spin actually has to do with those of you that actually write a story up. And everyone who wrote a story tonight, please put that in the Vibrant Living Facebook group and the Live Younger Facebook group. In Vibrant Living, you want to make sure that you watch the 3-minute introductory video, because we have different guidelines. It's a new concept in social media. It's a great place for prospects. It's a wonderful, inspiring community and vibrant living with fitness, health, lifestyle, stories, without the mention of any branded product or the company. And we also have lots of great recipes. And if you want great stories, you can just go to the guides 2 and 3 and you'll see tons of stories there. So we do a spin, and in this spin, what happens is those people that put a story in the Vibrant Living Facebook group qualify to earn a book. And we are giving away a book to support you and your business. So ready for the spin? I think I got it going here. And the winner is Darlene Clayholtz. Yay! Yay, Darlene. Darlene showed a picture of her and her husband square dancing. I believe they've been square dancing for 40 years. Isn't that beautiful? What a great way to stay healthy and fit and connected and have fun and get all those fun clothes too. There's a great picture of her in there. We have, so that's our spin, and please put your stories in. Anyone who puts their stories in every week, we do a spin and then send out a book. So that book will probably go out tomorrow. So then we have the Facebook Lives. We have several of our leaders that are doing Facebook Lives for you. And today Ann Morrow did a fabulous one on the brain balancing protocol and shared a very personal, amazing story about her mother. So please watch those, and they are available in the Live Younger Facebook group under guides. So for someone who comes on new, you can go back and there's great wisdom, and they're short and they're powerful. So thank you all that are making the contributions for that. Then we have the convention coming up. There's the link if you haven't registered yet. The early bird special is complete, and now we're into the next level of pricing, whatever that is. I'm not even sure, but you can find out when you click on that link. Until we have videos on X49, David did this wonderful video on X49, and we're just going to keep it up there as long as we can until we have other videos to share with you. So finally, Good to know. I just want to make sure everyone is clear that we do, we record these calls and we take these Zooms and we put them in, and we make them a YouTube, and then we put them in our YouTube channel. And if you aren't able to be live, like I mentioned earlier, you can go to the YouTube channel, and there's a lot there. The easiest thing is to click on playlist. And when you click on playlist, you can find, oh, I want to go to those Monday morning miracle calls, or I want to hear what happened on the community call, or, oh my goodness, I missed my favorite doctor, I want to listen to that one. So you can easily search there. So everything else is stuff that's there every week. But no, we made the Live Younger Success our very first site, and there's lwthailand.info. So those are up and coming, and Gregory loves GoDaddy. So we have, shortcut links to get to everything. So we are complete with our call. Oh my gosh, right on time. I love it. And Janet said they extended the early bird pricing. Well, thank you. I love learning from you guys. This is great. It's good until, Tim and Helen said, till March 31st. So early bird pricing. And Miriam says, Swami Beyondananda is great. We will all be enlightened. That's great. Jennifer Starr says, I love Swami. He's fabulous and so much fun. And there's great wisdom from that man. Great wisdom. So let me see if there's anything else we need to know. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being with us tonight. We will complete this call and stop the recording. And again, for all of you that shared your stories, we're so grateful, because stories are the lifeblood of our business. And notice how brief everyone was and how powerful and impactful it was. Your story. And if you don't have a story, you get to share other people's stories, because they work too. Okay, thanks everyone. Night.